Sorry I didn't have a vlog yesterday, but as you can see, we were busy with some home hairdressing. It started off with Brooke and the kitchen scissors, and this is how it ended up. So as the beard grows here, I think we're probably on about day 9 or 10. The top of the head has seen a drastic decline in the scrub vegetation. So anyway, let's talk about some conservation stuff. I think one of the things I'd like to talk about today is specifically lions and social media. And the reason I say lions and social media is social media, for the first time ever in history, everybody's got a voice. And so through the right campaign, through the right set of photos or video, you can generate thousands, if not millions of impressions on social media. And that can generate in turn thousands or hundreds of thousands of letters, which can actually influence policymakers. And so let's look at the lion specific problem that happens with social media. On the face of it, there's a lot of people that are very anti the hunting of lions, and that's absolutely fine. Everybody's entitled to their opinions, but they are voted in a movement to close the importation of lion trophies into North America. That happens one day and everybody cheers and says, well, that's going to be the end of lion hunting. Well, not at all. But that is the end of lion hunters' dollars flowing into different ecosystems. So as we sit today, millions of acres of landscape in Africa, Tanzania specifically, have been redesignated to be resettled because the hunting outfitters that relied on those hunters' dollars to come and hunt lion and use those hunters' dollars to preserve these ecosystems, those dollars don't flow anymore. Those outfitters handed the concessions back to government. Government now sits with that land lying empty. The people whose votes the government need to stay in power look over the fence and say, that land is lying empty. Why shouldn't we be allowed to settle it? Because you're not using it for anything else. And so the land gets resettled. And as land gets resettled, there's conflict between the lions and the livestock. The lions are poisoned or killed out because of that conflict. And you end up with millions of acres that used to support a healthy lion population and all the other wildlife and ecosystem now simply being settled and supporting cattle, goats, villages, and some small patches of crops. And so that all starts because of misinformed people voting as a result of social media influence. And so all I'm going to say is, for the next 24 hours before we chat again tomorrow, please consider what you see on social media and understand that a photo is a microsecond in a much bigger picture. Even a 5-minute video clip is 5 minutes in a much bigger picture. Don't just take on face value a social media post and rush off and write a letter or like a particular post. Ask yourself, what is happening behind the post? What is truly the effect of that post? And put some value on who is posting that post. There's a lot of great conservationists on the front line who've been under attack because of a particular social media post. It's really important to get the whole story before you make a decision and cast your vote, because your vote could end up killing or maiming or destroying something that you truly enjoy. So just be careful of your use of social media. Use it as a source of some news, but make sure that you back up that news and see what's fake and what's reality.